They may not be as seasoned as some classics, but by gum, they are already in the history books.
Identification?
I hardly think that will be necessary.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies from the first half of the 2010s.
Hello, I'm here.
Oh.
For our series of the best movies of all time, we've chosen 10 movies from the first half of the 2010s based on their iconic status, critical acclaim, box office success, and watchability. And just so you know, we're not necessarily choosing the movies your film studies professor would pick.
Let the games begin.
You may notice some inconsistencies with our other best of lists. That's because we've considered how these movies have aged, and in the few years since their release, we've changed our opinions on some films. Number 10, 12 Years a Slave.
May we trouble you for a moment of your time to converse, sir?
This may be another retelling of an austere and inhumane time in history, but it was also considered one of the greatest films of 2013.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Based on a true story, 12 Years a Slave follows Solomon Northup after he is ripped away from his life as a free black man in New York and malevolently farmed around as a slave. Giving us a first-hand look into just how brutal slave owners were and the frailty of human dignity. The passion felt by director Steve McQueen was relayed into such realistic on-screen toil here that the historical drama was a box office hit and earned 3 Oscars.
Forgive me.
Number 9, Zero Dark 30.
Anything on Bin Laden?
This was the story so many were eager to hear, put to the big screen for all to see. This war flick is set following the events of September 11th, a time during which the US is out to capture Al-Qaeda leader Osama bin Laden.
I'm gonna smoke everybody involved in this up. And then I'm gonna kill bin Laden.
Headed up by CIA interrogation expert Maya, a group of Navy SEALs is convinced to pursue a lead to bin Laden's whereabouts, and we get to experience every tactical maneuver along the way.
When you lie to me, I hurt you.
We also get a behind-the-scenes look at how bin Laden moved about and just how difficult it was for the US to track him.
Hazem was a friend of Ramzi Yousef. You guys met in Iran back in the 90s.
I don't know!
With 5 Oscar nods and 1 win, this thrilling action movie also garnered rave reviews.
Osama!
Down.
Number 8, The Social Network.
These girls. Right or left? Left is left.
Everyone knows of The Social Network, but how exactly did it come about?
You know, you really don't need a forensics team to get to the bottom of this. If you guys were the inventors of Facebook, you'd have invented Facebook.
Following the now legendary creator of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, this drama shows us how he transformed from university student to social media mogul.
Relationship status. Interested in. This is what drives life in college. Are you having sex or aren't you? It's why people take certain classes and sit where they sit.
Beginning with just how socially awkward Zuckerberg was and the legal action he faced with Facebook, The Social Network is expertly executed by director David Fincher, with A-class performances by Jesse Eisenberg, Justin Timberlake, and Andrew Garfield.
Sean, how old are they?
You think you know me, right?
I've read enough.
You know how much I've read about you?
A must-see, even if you're not on Facebook.
Bardo.
Hey, man.
Number 7, How to Train Your Dragon.
Astrid? Toothless. Toothless? Astrid.
In this mythical Viking world, dragons are the pests of the land. So why would you ever want one as a pet? Well, for budding dragon slayer Hiccup, it seems to make sense. With Vikings everywhere believing dragons are the enemy, the teen becomes the first guy ever to be able to train one.
Okay there, bud. We're gonna take this nice and slow. Here we go. Here we go. Position 3, no 4.
While building a relationship with the dragon, which he calls Toothless, we see him try to convince the people in his village that there is more to dragons than merely sharp teeth and a tail.
Never engage this dragon. Your only chance, hide and pray it does not find you.
His tale was so successful that it spawned an equally successful sequel, as well as other related multimedia.
Hey, Toothless. Happy to see you too, bud.
Oh, what?
Number 6, Her.
What do I call you? Do you have a name?
Yes. Samantha.
Forget everything you know about conventional relationships. Set sometime in the future, this sci-fi rom-com sees Theodore as a heartbroken outcast, until he finds solace in a new woman, Samantha, who just so happens to be an artificial intelligence system.
You've been through a lot lately. You lost a part of yourself.
Her ultimately strips back the expression of love and makes us look at it in its rawest emotional form.
The way you guys love each other without any judgments, like I wanted to be a part of that because it's so pure.
It's not true. It's more complicated.
What? Is it just about understanding needs and feelings, or simply about lending an ear every once in a while? And what is happiness anyway?
What do you love most about Samantha?
Oh, God. She's so many things. I guess that's what I love most about her, you know? She isn't just one thing.
Thought-provoking, critically celebrated, and nominated for 5 Oscars, Her is certainly a standout.
Samantha?
I'm sorry to wake you.
Oh, it's okay.
I just wanted to hear your voice and tell you how much I love you.
Number 5, Django Unchained.
I like the way you die, boy.
If you ever had any doubts about Quentin Tarantino's directorial brilliance at using stylized violence, well, just watch Django Unchained and all will be dispelled.
I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
Merging Tarantino's no-nonsense ultra-violence with Western flair. This Western follows vengeful and soon-to-be freed man Django as he searches for his enslaved wife.
Why you care if I find my wife? Frankly, I've never given anybody their freedom before.
With sharp, humorous dialogue and blood-spattering encounters, Tarantino dominates all the cliches of the Wild West and introduces some slick new ones along the way.
To the man with the exceptional beard and his unexceptional nigga.
And what better way to do that than with an all-star cast?
He keeps alive with his car 45.
Number 4, The Avengers.
I'm in the middle of an interrogation. This moron is giving me everything.
When this superhero flick was released in theaters, it was likely the fulfillment of most, if not every, comic book fanboy's dream.
Mr. Stark. Captain.
With an evil Loki running rabbit in New York City, a crack team of heroes is needed. Boom! Avengers assemble!
Thor's right, we gotta deal with these guys.
How do we do this?
As a team.
You've got Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, you get the idea. With all of these Marvel heroes come all of their most endearing traits, including Iron Man's wit, Thor's earthly ignorance, and the Cap's lovable leadership.
Dr. Banner. Now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Cap.
What's there not to love about this critical and commercial smash? Number 3, Gravity.
Houston, I have a bad feeling about this mission. Please expand.
You don't get the Academy Award for Best Director, Best Visual Effects, and Best Cinematography for nothing.
Gotta admit one thing. Can't beat the view.
Gravity follows a medical engineer and astronaut on a routine space mission, and sees them get stranded in space, beginning to float deeper and deeper into the black abyss.
Kowalski visual of debris at 9 o'clock.
Half of North America just lost their Facebook.
Not only are the visuals in this sci-fi flick gobsmackingly brilliant, we also immerse ourselves in the character's fearful feeling of helplessness.
Wait for us. Stuck! Man down! Houston, man down! Copy.
Lead actress Sandra Bullock even earned a Best Actress Oscar nod for her portrayal of Dr. Ryan Stone.
I know, we're all gonna die. Everybody knows that. But I'm gonna die today.
Are you afraid of the dark? Claustrophobic? Then this is your worst nightmare. But it's still thrilling, stunning, and captivating all the same.
Okay, undocking. Eeny. Okay, that doesn't sound good.
Number 2, Boyhood.
Everyone deserves a chance to walk with everyone else.
If the ambition and premise behind this coming-of-age drama aren't enough to reel you in, then Richard Linklater's directing and the movie's talented cast surely will.
Have you been?
Okay.
Oh.
Filmed over almost a dozen years between 2002 and 2013, this highly praised flick follows a 6-year-old boy and his journey through boyhood to adulthood, and used the same actor to portray Mason as a child until his university years.
What's the point? I mean, I sure as shit don't know. I mean, but neither does anybody else, okay? We're all just winging it.
With its in-depth examination of the human experience, slew of awards and nominations, and an epic scope, Boyhood isn't only one of the greatest films of 2014, but also one of the greatest of the decade so far.
You know what I'm realizing? My life is just gonna go like that. This series of milestones. Getting married, having kids, getting divorced.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
This isn't goodbye.
Hey, Woody, have fun at college.
Yeah, but not too much fun.
Right.
I don't like going out. You know that I get anxiety when I have to meet people.
You know how hard that is.
You can't just stay in the house with a fucking sun lamp.
The Wolf of Wall Street, they call me. Look.
Your hair looks good.
Let me give you a little news flash. There ain't nothing out there can kill Ron or Woodruff in 30 days.
Star-Lord. Who? Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw. Guys?
I'm asking you to take a leap of faith.
Number 1, Inception. Ever thought your dreams might mean something more? Much more?
So you want me to let someone else follow you into your fantasy?
They don't actually come into the dream. They just design the levels and teach them to the dreams. That's all.
Meet Dom Cobb, expert secret stealer. His weapon? Getting at your mind when it's most vulnerable, in your sleep.
So what is this idea that you need to plan?
We need the heir of a major corporation to dissolve his father's empire.
Tasked with planting an idea inside someone's head, Cobb assembles a crack team, and we watch as they bend reality in a dream, within a dream, within a dream.
Something, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Stylish as hell from start to finish, this smart and original sci-fi thriller earned director Christopher Nolan the well-deserved 2011 Hugo Award for Best Dramatic Presentation, as well as several technical Oscars. Do you agree with our list? What movie of the 2010s so far got you racing to the cinema?
You made a serious mistake.
Not as serious as yours, I fear.
For more appetizing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Calling you, man.